What's happening, guys? Oliver here from Smillie Reacts, here to react to the next episode of Promised Neverland. So we're up to episode 2, obviously. The second episode just came out in 24 hours ago. And yeah, this is episode 2, which is called 131045. I have a feeling that these are the numbers on the children to signify which, like, I guess, who's going to be picked next for the sinister thing that's happening, because it turns out obviously the twist of the Promised Neverland is that these children are living in this orphanage. It's very well, I guess you could call it colorful, very bright and all that, but turns out when the children go to get well, let's say adopted, it turns out they are killed, and it looks like they get eaten too. We haven't really got into how they are killed yet, and for what reason they're getting killed. Well, obviously to be eaten, but for why it's so, like, the orphanage is a farm, and so last episode the child that was adopted was Connie. I'm just wondering that, as I think I just brought this up, but anyway, I have a feeling that this code here, and in the first one, I didn't really pay attention to it, but maybe each code signifies, well, not only, as I said, the person that the child, each child has a number on them, but what if each number of the episode represents the child that's going to be picked in this episode to be adopted, like Connie was last episode. It's just a thought. I could be completely off about that. So yeah, this is 131045. So without further ado, we left off on a cliffhanger last week with what's her name? Not sure. Is it Is it her? No, that's not her. I can't remember her name, but it's the mother character. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into this episode in 3, 2, 1. This is a dream, right? Oh, damn. Yeah. That's some nightmare you're having. Emma, that's her name. Oh, that is some great imagery of the clock, like having the viewpoint from the clock. Oh man, this is great. Also, the other thing while the intro is playing, the other thing I wanted to bring up from last episode, because I made a mistake last episode. I said that there was 27 children, and after Connie's death, there was only 26 left. I was mistaken. It was actually 28, and there's now 27 left, if I remember correctly. Now, I think I got that right this time. Don't know why I said that last episode, but I do like to make corrections if I make mistakes. So that's the case here. Yeah, see, the barcodes are on their necks. We haven't seen her yet. As you all know, well, as you could probably assume now, if you've watched me react to shows for a long time, I honestly don't mind watching the intro. I don't mind being spoiled by the intro, is what I'm trying to get at. Makes me get more pumped of what's going to happen later on. Okay, 13, 10, 45. Emma's just, at the moment, just going to pretend that nothing happened last time. Don't. Emma, this is not the right time to freak out. Don't freak out. Yep. Just, for the moment, pretend nothing. You saw nothing. Exactly. Yep. You have to smile. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Depending on how the age, like the meat tastes different. The highest quality is probably a 12. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Ah, yeah. And poor Connie got the lowest. That's something you'll have to find. We'll have to find out. He's. Ooh, that. How? Okay, people we don't know. We've never seen. So you have 2 months to figure out how to escape. Okay. And let me guess, all those previous people before Connie had the lowest score? I think so. Mm-hmm. We don't even know who's next. We don't even know what's on the other side of this forest. Is there anything behind this, like, after the forest? A wall. And what's after the wall? He has to see what's on top. Well, that didn't work. Emma, it's your turn to climb. Hmm. Okay, so there's more forest after that. So it's just a thick wall? There's nothing in it? Hmm. A rope. That... You don't sense any demons around? Sorry? I didn't know you could sense the demons. Oh. Nalia. Hmm. So the child, this other child should be there because it's every 2 months the shipment happens. Ah, yeah. Nalia, that's it. Yeah. That's interesting. How does she know where everyone is? Is it because of the barcode numbers? That's definitely not a pocket watch. Yeah. It's a tracking device. Yeah. I know exactly where the tracking device is. Yes. Yep. Pretty much. Oh, that's some storm. What have you been doing? Mr. What was his name? Ray, isn't it? How do they know what security cameras are? Oh well. Probably. I would guess that she already knows. Oh, really? Hmm. Only when she checks. So how often does she check the watch though, if you want to call it that? The tracking device. Hmm. Not being suspected, huh? That could change in a heartbeat though. That's where her drawing was. Connie's drawing was. Oof, this is creepy. Make something up. Make something up. Don't lie. Say something. What's... Damn, nice camera work. Ah, good. He's acting up. Does she suspect Emma? That's right, she did say that. Calm down. Ah, Ooh. Nothing. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know. I think that's, yeah, to pretty much collapse the second they reach the bottom of the stairs. Good job, Emma, for holding that in, though. Oh, he's shaking too. Because he obviously you'll be frightened in this situation. Hmm. I'm just still wondering if the mother knows. And what about him? Ray's acting very suspicious. He probably knows Emma and Norman are up to something. So he's going to probably find them, give them a jump scare or something. Trying to give us a jump scare. Possibility. Hmm. Any second now, I'm expecting Ray to show up. But let's try and climb this wall first. This is something out of Maze Runner, really. Hmm. We'll see. See, was following them. You going to tell Ray exactly what happened? Maybe he works for Mother. Like he's a spy. That's a possibility, actually. She's going to realize that Connie, Ray, and Norman aren't there. Yep. Yeah, I have to admit that would be an interesting lie to come up with. Like it's a very elaborate lie. I'm sorry, but it's impossible. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. 37. So there was 38 originally. And maybe more than that before then. You need to find out where the tracking device is. It's probably on you in your neck, but hmm, neither do you, Ray, to be honest. Yeah, that's a really good point. No, she's not going to accept that. Yep. Hmm. You can't promise that though. This is a 12 episode series. This is episode 2. There's going to be more deaths. Even I know that. This is probably not the perfect time to be cheerful, but okay. But she was crying because she was scared for everyone else. I guess what I brought up earlier about how they know about cameras and all that, video cameras and all that, I guess they could have read it in a book. Okay. I can go with that. She's the main character. She won't die. She's protected by the main character at the moment. The main character trope. Could change later on in the manga. I have no idea. But for the time being, she's protected by the main character trait. Again, I said this last episode in episode 1. This OST is great. Love the soundtrack already. Oh, bell. Probably wondering where you three are. Just getting suspicious. Ah, new... Another enemy. This is something they weren't expecting. She planned this. Mother planned this. You have to think of something else then. Think of a new plan. Damn. But I was expecting another character to come in after all. She's in the OP. And she is another technically main character, even though she's like the villain. But villains are considered main characters anyway. Good episode though. That was really good. Like the tension was still really, really great. Like you could really feel it in the air. Like the like Emma's nerves and like everything's like slowly starting to build up. Yeah, so obviously Ray, Emma, and Norman have to think of a new plan of escape with everyone. Also, a new girl was introduced as well. I wonder where she came from. Again, that hasn't been explained at all. Because if it's a farm, where did they get the children from originally? Are they from test tubes? Oh, there's so many questions I have, but I just have to wait until they're answered later on, if they get answered at all during the series. Anything else? No. Okay. So that was The Promised Neverland episode 2. Thank you for watching. I had a good time with this episode. This series is going to be really good. I just can tell. The atmosphere is great. The story is amazing. The characters are really good. And that includes, as I said, the villains. Like the designs that we saw in the first episode with the villains, they were fantastic. Like, I love good design, good character work. I was also in a podcast last week about with a few of my fellow reactors, and we talked about the Promised Neverland. Something that was brought up, and I actually forgot to pay attention to this in this episode, but the backgrounds apparently are done by a different studio, or a different department or something like that. So apparently the backgrounds aren't that great, but I don't mind, honestly, because like the story, like you get really invested in the story that the backgrounds don't matter. So that's my 2 cents on that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be back soon for some more reactions, guys. Look forward to those. Till then, have a good day as always. Bye.